Hi guys, I want to share this video with you today to talk about one of my favorite subjects on wellness, which is sleep, and the physical and emotional ramifications of not getting enough sleep and how doTERRA can really help support us in our efforts of improving our sleep. Um, just to quickly go through some of the reasons why we really need good quality sleep, right? Sleeping improves our cognitive functioning. It helps to create and solidify our long-term memories. It helps to clear out the toxins that accumulate in the brain throughout the day. Sleep supports our immune system, our digestive function, and our metabolism. Uh, it basically touches almost every part of our physical well-being. And of course, poor sleep can really negatively impact our emotional health. But likewise, our emotional health can negatively impact our ability to get solid sleep. So we really need to address a host of issues when we're talking about sleep to make sure that we're getting the best quality sleep and that we're supporting ourselves both mentally and physically. So to that end, there are several things that we can do to improve our sleep. And just as good practices, we want to eat right. We want to get a good amount of exercise, and we do want to give ourselves a lot of emotional support. So one of the ways that doTERRA addresses that eat right factor is with something that we call the Long Life Vitality supplements. And I have my supplements here with me. They're never very far because I take them every day. And this video is not really going to go in depth into the supplements, but just know that the supplements really support the body with both all of the macro and the micronutrients that we need. It really fills in all the nutritional gaps. And oftentimes without that baseline of nutritional wellness, our body isn't even able to receive as much support from the essential oils as it could, because our body is taking so much energy just to maintain its proper function. So if we give ourselves the proper nutrition through eating right, first and foremost, and then supporting ourselves with the supplements, then our body is able to function more optimally. And it's definitely going to improve our sleep. Like I find that all the time. If I accidentally miss taking my vitamins, I notice that in my sleep. Another way doTERRA supports us with our exercise is that oftentimes exercise can have some aches and pains associated with it as our muscles are strengthening, and or maybe we just experience some joint pain from exercising, and the Deep Blue line of products really helps support us there. So we have both the Deep Blue supplement, which is totally different than the oil and have lots of anti-inflammatory properties, so that that can increase our mobility and really help with our joint pain that could be associated with just daily activity or exercise. And of course, the Deep Blue oil or the rub itself can be applied topically anywhere that we're experiencing pain. And pain can really be a factor in our sleep too. And then in terms of providing the emotional support, that's really why you're in this exploration right now, so that you can find out how essential oils can support your emotions. And so you're going to learn a lot about that throughout the week. There are other factors. Let's say you're doing all of those things, and there are still other factors that could be influencing your sleep, even after you've taken care of those physical things. And doTERRA supports you there as well. One of the main things that I use every night to support healthy sleep are the Serenity supplements. And just like the Deep Blue supplements don't have Deep Blue oil in them, the Serenity supplements are totally different than the Serenity oil, because you do not take the Serenity oil internally, just like you don't take the Deep Blue oil internally. These are supplements intended for internal use. And one of the main ingredients in the Serenity supplements that I find fascinating is called L-theanine. It's derived from green tea, and it's so obviously naturally occurring. And that L-theanine allows the body to produce serotonin and dopamine, those things that help the brain calm and the body relax. So it's like the calming aspects of drinking green tea without any of the caffeinated aspects. And I find that this is on the front line for my sleep wellness is the Serenity capsules. But of course, there are topical ways and aromatic ways to improve our sleep as well. The Serenity oil is a beautiful blend with lots of different essential oils, the main notes being lavender, of course. There's Roman chamomile in there. There's ylang-ylang. There's cedarwood and hoe wood. These are all oils that work together to help calm the mind and really allow us to have a deeper, more meaningful sleep. I find that it helps me fall asleep much faster, and that when I wake up, if I happen to wake up in the middle of the night, I'm able to go back to sleep quicker as well. An oil that you could take internally is copaiba. Copaiba is going to be talked about pretty extensively during our oil exploration, and there's lots of amazing resources that explain just how copaiba works in the body and in the brain. What I can say is that copaiba is very calming for the central nervous system, and the way that you would use it to support your sleep would be to take a drop or two under your tongue at night. It's a resin, and so it's not the most aromatic oil, but you can diffuse it along with something like Serenity or lavender to have like a very, very positive effect as well. But generally speaking, we use copaiba internally. An oil that you might have been sampled, and it's one of my personal favorites, is vetiver, which is a grass that we harvest in Haiti from doTERRA. It's part of, if you ever want to know a little bit more about how the oils are sourced, you could go to source2u.com and find out the sourcing story for vetiver, which I really find to be fascinating because we really support the community there. But vetiver is a very deeply calming oil, and it's one that I apply to the soles of my feet every night, the soles of the feet being a highly absorbent place in the body. So if you happen to share a bed with someone who might not love the smell of your essential oils, remember you can actually put them on the soles of your feet as well. But vetiver is part of my nightly routine along with the copaiba, the Serenity capsules, and the Serenity oil. I have a pretty serious sleep regimen. So even addressing all of those things, sometimes there are other factors that influence our sleep. And I mentioned briefly pain being one of them. So if pain is something that wakes you up at night or doesn't allow you to fall asleep, you can use a deep blue oil topically, or you could use peppermint oil. That's another one that could be used topically for pain to help you fall asleep. Another reason that you might not sleep well would be hormonal imbalance, which could happen at all different times of our lives, but especially if you're going through a transitional phase, right? So if you find that you're experiencing that hormonal imbalance, clary sage oil or the clary calm blend can be used topically. The clary calm can be like rubbed on your abdomen, for instance, rubbed over your heart. And these are oils that help bring us to like a better place hormonally, and that can really, really impact our sleep. And I find as I'm getting a little older, I'm nearly 45 years old and possibly in that pre-menopausal state, that I do get hot flashes before I go to sleep at night. And so for me, one of the factors influencing my sleep is that I overheat. So I keep the peppermint and the deep blue rub next to my bed so I can actually apply those. I like to put it behind my knees and on the back of my neck for this immediate cooling effect that helped me personally fall asleep. So these are some of the ways that essential oils can support us in our healthy sleep. We've really just touched lightly on many of these things. So if any of these topics interested you, you can comment on the video for additional support from your guide, and we can provide some additional links so that you can go down this rabbit hole and find out more about how you can improve your healthy sleep with doTERRA. Thank you guys.